and bounding freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's so.
Oh, yeah. Arise, oh, compatriots. Nigeria call obey to serve our fatherland. We love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve without our might, one nation bound in freedom. In freedom. In freedom. Peace and unity.
Arise, my people, arise, my people.
We love and strength and faith.
With all our hearts and minds, we from about to go be down to bed.
The United States underwent a transformative change after South Carolina seceded from the Union in 1860, followed by other states, leading to the Civil War in 1861. Yet, despite this tumultuous past, America continues to thrive, and many still aspire to reach its shores in pursuit of the American dream. Just as the sun has consistently shone, Nigeria's union has been subject of contention since its formation in 1914, when the northern and southern protectorates were united into a single entity. Despite numerous attempts to address the issues, the divisions have only grown wider. Is it time to overhaul our system and focus on good governance to create a more united and prosperous nation? Or is it time to separate? By advocating for a system based on the desire for good governance rather than ethnicity, we can move towards a brighter future, recognizing that there is a time for everything, including birth, death, war, and peace. We have the opportunity to reshape our nation's destiny. Join us for a thought-provoking and hopeful conversation as we explore this topic on various social media platforms. Let's work together to build a better future for all.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Hey. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. Thank you for joining me this wonderful Wednesday evening. And for those who are going to watch it afterwards, thank you for watching and dropping your comment and your like. And also, as you can see on the screen there, you can email overprojectfreedom@gmail.com to join and support this platform goal. Someone said to me that if I truly want to change Nigeria, I should go to Nigeria. And that is a fact. They made a very valid point. But if I can't go to Nigeria, I will try my best also to see what I can do from here as well too. The focus will be on the diaspora. Now, You can see the headline there. A court of appeal ruling allegedly bought by Afe Babalola. I believe that ruling is an allegation. That ruling will be the ruling that was made 2 decades ago against him, probably until such time that the evidence is provided. That is my own opinion. But here is my concern now. What will change? What will change? There's also another report, a US document stating that it bought 5 judges, if I'm correct, with 1.2 billion naira, billion dollars as well too. It's a case of the how are the mighty falling, and it's a case of what? It's a case of karma coming back to haunt him, Afe Babalola, if this case allegations are proven to be true. But that is not the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make is while I rejoice or while I empathize with his current suffering, that is what's his name, Dele Farotimi, and rejoice with the sales of his book. But the angle to which Nigerians, particularly in diaspora, have taken it is what surprises me. I will explain myself. His book has become what we read every day now. His book has been read more than what the Nigerian Constitution has been read or attended to, more than the way the Nigerian Constitution itself has been what has been attended to. Recently, there was this Labour Party in the Blue Chamber, the rep. I had 5 of them move away or defect from what from the Labour Party to APC. But what struck me when I was reading the story on the Punch on the Sun newspaper, online newspaper, was how the Labour Party asked the Blue Chamber to what to invoke the 1999 Constitution, a section of the 1999 Constitution, when it suits them. When it suits us is when we want to apply the Constitution. But when it doesn't suit us, we don't want to apply the Constitution. And this is typical of Nigerians, myself inclusive, even though I read the Constitution, I talk about it. If we pay the same attention that we're paying right now to this book, like I said, don't tell me as enemy of progress because I'm not against the book. I'm not against the content of the book. But you see, whatever it is in that book ain't going to change the trajectory of Nigeria. It cannot be tendered in the court of law. You can't invoke it either. What we can invoke is what is the provisions of the Constitution. And I'm going to share the reading to you. Okay. Yes, we need to know in the spirit of transparency and accountability. We need to know what is going on with our judicial, not only our judicial system, also the legislative arm and what and the executive arm. Beside that, the bench itself has been silent. This is not just the judiciary bench, okay? Also, our lawmakers also have been silent. If you notice the last post I did, the course of the Nigerian Senate trickling down to the entire nation. Our lawmakers have been quiet in this regard. You know why? Because they themselves also, they are thieves. They steal money. They loot this money. So nothing will change. Nothing is going to change. I'm not a bearer of bad news. This is the cause that is when I use the word cause, CURSE, this is the cause that is on Nigeria. Nothing will change except until Nigerian citizens themselves start to treat the constitution the way we are treating any other book. Currently, Dele Farotimi's book. They are reading it from chapter to chapter, verse for verse, which is okay. It's people's entitlement to read whatever they want to read. But how will this change the trajectory, the narrative of the country? Can the content of that book or any other book be invoked in the court of law or in the space of Nigeria and it will? Will it not be better if we give the same energy, attend to this same energy to what? To our constitution that has been so disrespected by what? By many, including educated ones who are going about saying that the constitution is a fraud. Take a read at this and let me just show you something on the screen and I'll read it out. Nas, here we go. Here, Nas urges the leadership to LP urges the National Assembly, the Blue Chamber, to invoke 1999 Constitution amid gale of what? Of defection. You see how important our Constitution is. However, we the citizens, we don't consider this Constitution important. What we do is to what? Is to run it down, to say because we were not consulted in the matter of this constitution, so we consider it null and void. And this is where our problem is. The blue and the red chamber, they use it to what? To suit their own need, their own want, what they want. But we, the citizens, we kick against it. Rather than we also to take action and start to invoke sections of the Constitution, which the citizens can what? Invoke upon, such as Section 68, 69, and Section 110 of the Constitution. That is for the citizen. In fact, every aspect of the Constitution is for the citizen. But in revoking or incurring this cause that is on the red and blue chamber, regardless of what Afe Babalola did, let's be honest with ourselves. A lot of people have done it. It's just that his own came to light, just as that of Yaya Bello, just as that of Edu, I don't know, a false name, and just like that of Akpabio and every other politicians that have been in position of power and I have looted the Nigerian treasury. They've looted the money. So what Afe Babalola did is just, let me say, it's just a drop of water in the ocean. A drop. Just a drop of it in the ocean. However, the manner and approach to which we are attending to this thing, I stand to say here and to challenge anyone that the approach and manner, it's not right. Because by the end of this year, we'll be back to business as usual. Another event will also come up. And we, the citizens, we will start to talk about it. It will be a case of discussion, a reading and reading this and talking about that. But rather, we are not prepared to implement the solution. Don't forget, there are solutions right in front of us. We have solutions. We don't need to go to the moon to what? To fetch for this solution. This solution is right on our lap. And until we come to that point to say we want to start to what? Implement this solution, it will be another case. The federal government, the executive, take loan as they wish. Nobody has ever held them accountable. Nobody have ever asked them, the lawmakers, where the cost lies upon, and in trickling down, the lawmakers approve anything for what? For the executive branch of the government. So you can see when I say that the cost of the Nigerian Senate is now upon the Nigerian itself. This Afe Babalola, Dele Farotimi will blow away. Respectfully to him and respectfully to both of them. Both the accused and the accuser have a right to defend themselves. And that's in the court of law. But trust me, this matter will not get to the court of law. Will not. And even though if we do go to the court of law, don't forget, the bench is quiet about it. You're going back to the bench. The bench, what, is quiet about it. So, what do you think will happen if this matter goes to court? To say, okay, let's hear this matter. Or will the lawmakers ask Afe Babalola to come and testify as to this allegation? Will they call him, which is within their power to do? Will they call the judges who were involved in this case allegedly to come and testify before the what? The House? Will there be a judicial review on this case? And if it was found that indeed the bench at that time was corrupted, was bribed by Afe Babalola, will the rightful winner be declared and compensation made to them? For 20 years, the case happened 2 decades ago. This is where we call justice, fairness, equity, accountability, transparency in this regard. But if we disregard and continue to disregard our constitution, that cause that is on the Nigerian Senate will continue to affect Nigerians. No matter, you don't have to agree with me. I'm not a bearer of bad news. No, I am not a bearer of bad news. I'm only stating a fact that not even anyone can contend with. Even ask Afe Babalola himself, an embodiment of law as to the way forward in this country. Is going to tell you what I am telling you now. Until the citizens start to attend to the provisions in the Constitution and start to hold their leaders, which is what the blue and red chambers, the legislative arms, the legislators, their constituency that is heading their constituency, before we're going to start to see that reverse of that course on Nigeria. And I say this with a very heavy heart to say that the country, the blue and red chambers, our lawmakers, that hallowed chamber is supposed to be hallowed, it's supposed to be sacred. But you know what? It's been desecrated with what? With bribes, with abuse, with ego, with arrogancy. It's been desecrated. And when you desecrate an hallowed chamber, a temple, just like the temple of God, when you desecrate it, the consequences of it, you will not imagine it. And that is what we've done. That is what our lawmakers have done over the years. But you see, we citizens, we are culpable as well too. Because why? We let things slide. We let things slide. If we pick up our constitution, 1999, and read it the way we are reading this book, the way they are reading this book, and like I said, good luck to him. The way they are reading this book, we will see that change. Have you asked yourself, why is the bench quiet? Have you heard the Ministry of Justice or the judiciary come out to say anything? No, they've not said anything. And they probably will not say anything. This matter here will come and what? And we go away. Just like many others. What's happening to the issue of Yaya Bello now? Can somebody tell me what is happening to Yaya Bello's case? You see, it's on social media, Farotimi with handcuff on his hand. Yaya Bello is strolling. The alleged, not alleged, the amount of money is stole from the treasury of his state. There was no handcuff in his hand. However, there's handcuff in the hand of one who wrote a book highlighting allegations, corruption in the judicial system, and was in his hand. So you can see how this will blow away tomorrow. There are also cases of the police having alleged 13 charges or 15 charges against him in an effort to silence the truth. But you know what? Again, I'm not a bearer of bad news. That truth will be silent, not because truth can be silent, but because the citizens, particularly those in the diaspora, because if you go to Nigeria now and ask them how many Nigerians in Nigeria bought this book, they'll tell you what book. We've not been able to eat 3 square meals. Telling us to go and buy Dele Farotimi book. Dele Farotimi is made himself rich. I mean, even though it is they said the proceeds will go to charity. Nigerians, it is those of us in diaspora that are actually purchasing these books. If you go to Amazon, get statistics from Amazon, they're going to give you the statistics. It's there openly as to where these purchases were made. And I've made this argument in a sister channel, Dr. Damages, that we in diaspora, we sit in a privileged position to change the narrative in that country. This will blow away. Take it, write it down. It will blow away if you and I don't do anything. By next month or by next week, you're going to hear another story that maybe a $60 billion this thing has been stolen. Look at what Wike is doing in FCT. The bench, including the lawmakers, are quiet because why? They are part of the game. They are part of this daylight armed robbery that we are seeing in that country. And like I said, it's in your hands, it's in my hands for us to come together, preach this gospel, not only preach it, act upon it. Are we going to inspire Nigerians? Yes, I may not be able to go to Nigeria to effect that change, but we can inspire people to want to stand up for this change. It's all about inspiration and a change of mind. I keep saying this, I keep quoting this, an Irish quote that anyone who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. So the effort is to help to see whether people will change their mind, their mindset, and focus on the needful rather than what is not needed. Yes, his book exposes a lot of corruption. I've not read it. I don't think I'll read it because I'm familiar with the corruption. It's not different from what Yaya Bello did. It's not different from what Abacha did. The money Abacha looted from the country is some has been repatriated back, but we know nothing about it. We do not see the effect of it. So that of Afe Babalola, if it's confirmed to be true, like I said, allegedly, it also will not make any difference to what is going on. Except, I repeat, except you and I, the citizens, rise up and we start to invoke. I love that. When I saw it, I love it. To invoke the section 68, 69, 110 of what? Of the Constitution. The Labour Party are using it. LP urges Nash leadership to invoke 1999 Constitution and make gale of decision. When are we, the citizens, we start to invoke the provisions of the Constitution? When we, the citizens, will start to invoke Section 60, 69, 110 of the Constitution to our own good, to generations to come. Things can't continue the way it is today. We are laughing stock in the world. Our credibility. I mean, let me tell you something. It's a personal story. Sorry, I'm going personal. My credibility was put, not that was put to test, was shattered once. And every effort to regain it back couldn't. I couldn't till tomorrow. That is what credibility is all about. It doesn't matter whether it was an honest mistake or not an honest mistake, but it was something that affects credibility. This is a personal issue right now. The credibility of the country, whether we like it or not, is or has affected us directly or indirectly. And it's time for us to work to rebuild or regain this credibility back within ourselves and in the eyes of the world. We need to regain it back. It's very important. We must not dismiss it. We must not, we must not dismiss it. It breaks my heart personally that with that individual, I can gain that credibility back. It breaks my heart. It also breaks my heart that Nigeria keeps losing its credibility every day, either as a nation entity, as an individual. The eyes they use to look at us, it's not good. But it's in our hands to change this thing. It's in our hands to change this narrative. And we can change it. This is not a personal issue. This is a collective issue. We're all in this together. We need to lend each other with that supportive hand to change. The country is blessed. Over the coming days, we will be looking at this cause itself. Please don't dismiss this cause that is on the country. I'm serious about it. And I said, prayer can't take it away. Quote me on this. Prayer cannot remove this cause. CURSE. Don't let any theologians or any pastor deceive you that prayer, fasting and prayer will take away this cause. Then we sit down and do nothing, waiting for fasting and prayer to change it. It will never change it. It will never, ever change it. The issue of Dele Farotimi and Afe Babalola will blow away. Is that what we want? Then we not remain in the same place. We'll not be like the Israelite, or is it the Israelite? Well, by the riverside Babylon, where we sat down, and there we were when we remember Zion. For the wicked carries us away captivity, requires from us a Zion song, from a song. But how shall we sing the lost song in a strange land? That is where they got it wrong. You can sing the long song in anywhere you are. We can change, effect, inspire, change from any geographical location we are in the matter of Nigeria. We can do this if we come together. We can do this if we start to walk hand in hand. We can do this if we set our heart to it. We can do this if each one of us be part of what of the solution. We can do this again. I'm reading again. I can do this so that if we straighten our hands forward for the good works, we can achieve this. But if we go in that direction of doing nothing, then we're going to remain. The story of Afe Babalola will come, another one will topple it, and another one will topple it, and another one will come again. And it will just be news as usual. In fact, some people sit down now in Nigeria waiting for the next breaking news. Next, after this, it will be next again. We can't continue like this. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, nieces, cousins, nephews, in-laws, outlaws, we need to come together before this matter gets out of hand. It hasn't gotten out of hand yet. Trust me when I say so. It hasn't gotten out of hand. By the time it will get out of hand, I probably won't be here sitting down talking to you. Most YouTubers or newcaster will not be here talking to you. You know what we'll be hearing? We'll be hearing the sound of war. It hasn't gotten out of hand. I need you to listen to me very well carefully when I'm saying this. And you can quote me on this. This issue has not gotten out of hand. And we must not let it get out of hand. However, if we allow it to get out of hand, it will be what? It will be sound of war. It will what? Let me play you. A sound of war we'll be hearing. I will not be sitting down talking to you again. Listen to the sound. It will be a sound of war. So, if this is what we want to hear, the sound of war, then so be it. Let's prepare for it. But we all know that war is not a good thing. You see the war happening in Ukraine, Russia. The war that is happening between the Israel and the Palestinians and the Hezbollah. The recent one in Syria, Assad. The rebels. See, they are rebels. The definition of rebel is they are rebels. Will they work together and bring peace? There's always going to be division. I don't want us to hear that sound of war you're hearing in the background. If we don't rise up and take charge, the citizen, before things get out of hand, it will be a matter of what? The sound of war we'll be hearing. Our mothers, our sisters, our daughters are what? Are usually the ones that suffer most during war. Our mothers, again, our daughters, our sisters, our wives, girlfriend, the female gender, the women gender, whichever way what is appropriate, will be the one to suffer more, mostly if we allow things get out of hand and we go to war. Please don't let us get there. I am pleading with you. I am pleading with us. Let's come together. Let's start to implement this solution that is right in front of us. We know the solution. We don't need to go to the moon, to the sky. We don't need to go to heaven to say we are going to look for a solution. No, it's right on our feet, right at our doorstep. Only if we want to do it. Again, thank you for joining me. Until I come your way again. I am AKA Electricity. God bless you.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland. We love and strength and faith.
The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's so.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey, to serve our fatherland, with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom. In freedom. In freedom. Peace and unity.
Arise, my people, arise, my people. From my back to go be down to Benue. From Warri to Lagos.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Hey. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. Sing it with me if you believe that. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand